That toy life.
To catch these ghosts, you need the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy life.
Welcome to That Toy Life.
What's up, guys?
Whoop, whoop. And just another addition. It's an addition, not addition.
An addition to the library of toy podcasts that will fall into somebody's Christmas tree.
Maybe.
Tonight with Austin, Ashley, and the lowly bellboy known as Ray.
Thanks for the intro.
I will now go, but I hope that you leave a tip for me.
Everybody, we're going to put his what's it, OnlyFans? What's the link? Just add it to the comments. He'll post the comments below. And
it's called OnlyFans.
Please, no, 20 and higher, guys.
So, man, what do we got this week in the world of toys,
dude?
We had a couple things come up. Yeah, go for it, Austin.
I was gonna say the big thing I found out about, and you're gonna love this. You're gonna like nut up if you look here. Boom! They finally gave the details on the Casey Jones Ultimate Edition.
So yeah, that's the official title for it. So it's like Ultimate Casey Jones. I love it.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing though that NECA does with all their stuff nowadays. Is like they're the ultimate something. It's like, especially with this, I have like the Ultimate Super Shredder, the Ultimate Shredder. It's like, I guess they call them that because they have all the pieces that come
accessories.
With them.
Yeah, because they had like for Halloween 2018 for those two figures. There's like the Ultimate Michael Myers and the Ultimate Laurie Strode. Yeah, because I see it. I've been thinking about getting it. The Ultimate Laurie Strode they have at Books A Million, but I haven't gotten it. I'd love to get the Michael Myers if I could find it.
That's the one I want the most is the 2018 Halloween Michael Myers, because that one just looks amazing. There's I think they actually
I'm sure they'll make one for the new one, Halloween Kills, but
I feel like they actually had fairly recently had released some news about that. I had seen like some sort of a Halloween. I'm sure it was like a Halloween. I'll look it up, but it was a Halloween 2018 NECA, and it was a Laurie Strode, and it looked really good. And it like the pumpkin that came with Michael Myers.
Yeah, the carved out head. Yeah, the carved out head pumpkin. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that there was another head sculpt too that came with that was really, really interesting. Do you remember anything about that? It was like
all I remember in terms of like the accessories that came with it was I remember they have like the switched up hands for like the for when he gets his 3 fingers two fingers blown off on his left hand. Yeah, there it is. The hand that's missing.
See that head? I forget. Where's this? What's up with the head? I forgot.
So he killed. So at the end of the movie, there's 2 cops, and he killed both of them. But what he did with one of them, basically, he I guess he peeled the face off or carved the face out of it, or hollowed the head out basically and put lights in it to basically turn into a head jack-o'-lantern. A head-o'-lantern.
Y'all are messed up kids.
Did you not see Halloween 2018, Ashley? I'm going to call you Jashley.
Jashley? God, no, I don't. The last one I saw had Josh.
See Rob Zombie.
No, actually, did I see that one?
Talking about Josh Hartnett, H2O.
Yes. Yeah, H2O.
That was okay. Yeah, you should give 2018 a try. Like that.
2018 basically acts like if only the first 2 movies were made.
No, only the first one, because it does away with the angle that, because in Halloween 2 they revealed that Michael Myers was Laurie's sister. That was never a thing until the second movie. So they're literally just going off just the first movie where there's no relation between Laurie and Michael. It was just a very traumatic event where Laurie was terrorized, her friends were murdered, and she was almost killed by this crazy guy. It's really good. It's got good themes to it. Danny McBride was actually one of the writers for it, which is crazy. And
him and David Gordon Green was the one that directed it. He's just a good director. He did a Nick Cage movie. I think it was Joe. I think that was the one.
I think he actually. I could be wrong. I want to say I think he's been listed maybe as one of the directors for Peacemaker. I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember. They announced a couple of names recently.
And there's one more thing with NECA too. They announced the Super Shredder, like the European packaging. Looks like it's a European packaging homage. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's basically just like an added Ninja Star looking thing on the belt, and then like the armor plating, like the spikes and stuff, is like purple tinged.
So, are you going for this one?
No. I mean, it's the variants and stuff like that. I don't usually go for. I mean, it's cool though. I mean, some people will probably love it because it does look good, but I prefer the just the first release.
I was wrong about that though. So it's not Gordon Ring, but I think you might be interested in this, Austin. Jody Hill's actually going to be directing an episode of Peacemaker, the John Cena show. Yeah. Yeah, found that out.
Jody Hill's a good director and producer too. I mean, writer. He's just hilarious. And when you hear him talk, you're like, yeah, he's from the South. He's like from Swainsboro, Georgia, or something. You know, it's crazy. No, he's from South Carolina.
I mean, crazy. Danny McBride was born in Statesboro.
Yeah, born in Statesboro, Georgia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. It was like I think he was born here, but he lived in like what, New Jersey or something like that.
I think so. Like his parents moved. His parents didn't stay long after he was born. He just happened to be born here.
So Danny McBride is the dude from like that show Eastbound and
Down, Vice Principals, The Righteous Gemstones,
Hot Rod.
He was a Hot Rod.
Hot Rod was Hot Rod is such an underrated classic. That movie is like, it's highly quotable and just it's good for you kids too.
I love Hot Rod.
So speaking of movies, well, actually, you know, one other piece of toy news. One big thing that was announced this week. McFarlane now has official, I guess, acquisition or whatever of the DC Direct line. So I think that's people have been saying. I think that means basically they're going to be able to expand much more outside of Batman is one thing. I think that's what they've been hearing.
To me, it looks like, just from reading it and some of the images, it looks like they're going to continue or at least release all the DC Direct product that was slated to come out before they just closed shop. That was already in production, in boxes, ready to be shipped, and it just never went out. So they're going to get some of that stuff out and just sold under, by McFarlane. But it also sounded like, they're going to be doing new statues, new busts. I don't know about the figures though. That's the thing. I mean, since McFarlane's doing figures and selling them in stores, you would think that the DC Direct product's going to be sold in the same areas that McFarlane's toys are sold. So, I mean, it seems like there's, if they were to make figures, it would be a little clash of, companies there. Which doesn't make sense to me.
Well, also there's something going on with them. I've noticed in some of the feeds I saw was they're doing. It looks like some kind of countdown. Are they planning to for as far as I know, do they? Or I haven't seen anything, but do they have an online store? Like every time I've looked at McFarlane Toys, it's just they show you where you can order their stuff from, but you can't order directly from them.
I don't know. It does. I mean, they did have this little tease about a store. You can go to the website, McFarlanetoysstore.com.
Because I think there's a countdown there now, and they're for like 6 days. Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. I know they teased something, the Build-A-Figure Bane from the last night.
But all together.
Yeah, but I'm like, I've already got that. Why do I want to double dip? And plus, it's an okay Build-A-Figure, but the paint on there was awful, and it's got the same paint. The tease image has the same paint on it, so it's kind of why not paint it like a regular Bane instead of that gray crap?
You just paint him like the Bane from Batman and Robin,
or just put skin color on him and paint just give him something besides that gray skin tone that he has. It's horrible. But
it looks like a zombie,
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's that. Was there any other big toy news we got this week?
I don't know. This week my work life has been just crazy the last 2 weeks, so I hadn't been keeping up with everything like I want to, like I need to. Just because, like I said, technology has for me this last 2 weeks. So it's been keeping me running quite a bit.
I'll say that Hasbro dropped some pretty big news. I mean, because weekend, or I mean, was it over the weekend? When was it?
Since we recorded, since we recorded,
or Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? Yeah. Not over the weekend. It was Tuesday when Ghostbusters dropped, and I think not NECA, but Hasbro Pulse had put up. Let me get their Instagram up.
Have they already put it up for pre-order, or were they just showing off the figures? Because I can't remember.
Let me see. I'll show you. It's here.
I've been really tempted to collect some of the Plasma series Ghostbusters. I don't know why I haven't yet.
So they've shown the new kid Ghostbusters, because the Ghostbusters trailer showed on Tuesday, I believe, and so they premiered some of the toys coming up. And I think I had already talked about before. They're going to be releasing some of the it's like these cartoony looking Ghostbusters figures and things like that, along with the Plasma series looking Ghostbusters. But they show the kids.
Oh, that.
So that was the big tease, because it wasn't even in the trailer.
Spoiler
big,
alert.
Big spoiler.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did see Ray's arm in the trailer.
No, well, not so much that. I think the big spoiler about it is the fact that it looks like they are going to actually suit up. I think that wasn't even on my radar. Like I'm kind of keeping my expectations low for what their appearance would entail. And I
didn't see that.
And I didn't think it'd be anything like them actually suiting up, So I'm excited. So
this is crazy. I mean, a big walking dog.
But it looks like an
evolution. Yeah, it looks like an evolution of the Terror Dog from.
Is that what it was called? Terror Dog?
Yeah, Terror Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
original.
Original, just like Slimer was.
Well, that says Sentinel Terror Dog right there. That was the name of that figure.
Yeah, but I'm saying wasn't the Slimer was Onion Head during production of Ghostbusters, wasn't it? Right.
Yeah, I think the one that they've been chasing in the trailer, because you see that the kids are chasing something that looks Slimerish, but he's a different color. I think I saw the name. I think it's called Muncher.
Yeah, Muncher. He looks like a more fatty Slimer, like he's got more visible rolls. He just looks like he ate too many Ryan's dinner rolls.
Those do look really cool.
Yeah,
I just wonder how they stack up against like the Marvel Legends and the G.I. Joe Classifieds and Star Wars Black Series. I would love if Hasbro kept them all the same scale. But I mean, there's such a big difference. Like the Black Series figures are shorter than Marvel Legends. I think the Classified series are bigger than the Star Wars Black Series. The G.I. Joe Classified stuff's bigger than the Star Wars Black Series, but not quite in the same scale as the Marvel Legends. It's just all over the board with their scaling of their 6-inch line. Make them all the same. Power Rangers too. I mean, that way they display well together.
Oh, I agree. There was, though, they had shown this wasn't the only thing. Let me see if the Ghostbusters News is pretty good about showing off Ghostbuster stuff. There was the other versions of those figures too. Like, here we go. Here was the
I saw that in the trailer.
Remote controller Ghost Trap. Have you seen this, Ray? This is really cool.
Oh no, I hadn't seen that.
So this is going to be one thing they're going to have, and then we've got there's the back of the box. He's got Muncher there on the back is the one you see all the, and I think he's got like 6 legs or something like that, 6 arms.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but there's a marshmallow gun.
Nerf gun. You got to have a Nerf gun.
Gotta have that mini popper to pop people in the face with. This is what I was talking about.
Oh.
And this reminds me more of the like the classic Ghostbusters toy figures for the kids.
Well, they look pretty
They'll-
cool. Are they
Yeah,
five?
they look-
Five POA or are they more?
I think just 5 because you got the head and then the arms. I mean, I think maybe the arms rotate right here
Mm-hmm.
like that, maybe something like that. The legs probably are just stiff. I mean, they look good to me. I mean, there's that, but I was trying to find we had brought it up before, but that's not it. But they're the other Ghostbusters, but it's not the old versions. It's like all 4 classic Ghostbusters, like Egon, Ray, Peter, and Winston.
In that same,
in that same style. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
That'll be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if I would get all of them. I haven't even gotten any of the Plasma series, and they do look really cool
Peter.
though.
Yeah, I've only got Peter from the Hasbro Pulse stuff.
I'd love to get Stans. Like Ray's
Yeah.
always been my favorite character. Like
Yeah, I
Dan
want to get
Aykroyd.
Ray. I was this close to getting Ray. It was I think Diamond Select
Mhm.
Ghostbusters 2 figure, the Christmas edition where he was wearing the Santa hat. And I was like, and I had just spent so much money for other toys, and I just
man.
didn't pull the trigger on it. Oh, I was so upset about it. I was like, man, I should have got it.
Yeah, if I were to get any of those, like the priority would be getting older Ray, and
Yeah, for sure.
I like how and I dig how Winston looks.
What about Bill Murray?
I don't know. I'm still a little sore at him. But I want here's an interesting question. I think this would probably apply more with Austin because I don't know if Ashley's ever played it. Did you ever play the Ghostbusters video game, Ashley?
No, I didn't. I know Austin did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, there's probably nothing that'll like be able to point at whether or not it would count or not. But I wonder if it's written with like. I wonder if it's considered canon because Dan Aykroyd's always ever since it came out he considers that game to be basically Ghostbusters 3. It's a big
probably
story.
Be Easter eggs in there. I bet maybe.
Yeah. Well, one big thing was that only really applies to the game. New knowledge was Winston got his doctorate at some point after the second movie. He's like I think he's a doctorate in like Egyptology or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So. Did they do the voices for the game?
Yeah.
They all came back.
Even
and
Harold
that's another
Ramis
thing.
before he passed away. Yeah.
I was going to say that's another thing. Aykroyd and Ramis wrote the story for the game, so I mean, to me, it should be in respect to Ramis. It should be considered canon.
I think everybody every character who returned, like that was in the movies that returned, I think their voice actor returned to play them in the game. Like all four of the Ghostbusters. Annie Potts came back to play Janine.
Was Atherton came back and played?
Yeah. I was about to say his bad name. Your Honor. Yes, this man that has no.
What about?
He has no dick.
What about what's his name?
Rick Moranis wasn't in it. He wasn't. Louis Tully. He wasn't in the game.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he may be in the movie as a surprise, but I doubt it.
I think he's just. I think he's just trying to navigate the waters back to doing any type of acting right now because I think what's it called is still on the docket. He's still doing that. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show come up, isn't he? I think
he's doing that. And here's another thing I just saw that there could be a good. Go ahead. Actually,
what happened to him? I mean, he just fell off
fatherhood and lost his wife.
I don't know if that he says that, but the thing was like that happened a long time before he retired. But I think it was just I think it was more like I think it was a factor in that he just wanted to focus on that. Yeah, parenting. He just kind of stepped away from acting. It was his own choice. It wasn't like he was just losing the stardom. I think he was just tired of it. And
gotcha.
God, but it's so sad though that he, right after he comes back, the big announcement, everything, and then like just a few weeks later, I think, or was it a few weeks or a few months later, he gets like just sucker hit out in the streets of New York, knocked it. And they get surveillance footage. Some guy just comes up and randomly just does that. I think it's like it looked like it was that stupid knockout game, like idiots play, but just hit him, knocked him unconscious.
Yeah, it was
Poor
it was
guy.
horrible. I mean, thankfully, I don't think it was like a focused hit. I think it was probably just some random
think it
act
just-
of violence. And
yeah, I
he just,
think-
he just caught the low end of the stick there. But I mean, the cool thing I saw here lately is that Steve Martin and
Martin Short.
Martin Short are doing a Hulu show.
I need to watch that.
And it
Yeah, I've heard about
and it
that.
looks like it's made by Steve Martin. So I could see them talking about getting Rick back into the waters. I could see them slipping him into like an episode because it looks like it's supposed to be sort of not real, but what do they call that? Kind of like meta,
Semi-real.
or like meta real, where it's just like
Yeah.
like fictional versions of real people. So like
Exaggerated versions of
Rick
themselves.
Rick Moranis is in the building, yeah, or something like that, and he'll pop out. I would love to see that because we've seen him like in that. What was the commercial with Rick? Not Rick, with Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. What was
I don't remember.
It was like a
I
cell
hadn't seen-
phone commercial.
I hadn't seen Rick Moranis in.
It was a commercial fairly
Years.
recently. It's his first time coming back like that, but it was just like really quick, and it was a Ryan Reynolds cell phone commercial.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think. Last film, live action. I can't remember exactly what this last live action, but I think his last
I mean, we shrunk ourselves.
it
Might have
might.
been.
It might have been.
Either that or Big Bully.
I think
know
Honey,
with,
We Shrunk
like,
Ourselves
voice-
came after that. I think.
I know voice acting. He was doing like the
Brother Bear. I know. Yeah, I know he did that because he did with what's his name?
Dave Thomas.
Dave Thomas. Yeah, I was about to say like Joe Thomas. I don't know why.
Yeah, the oh Lord, I'm gonna get flogged for this. The McKenzie brothers, Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Mm.
They're characters from SCTV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Holzer.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, that was. I mean, I think probably like the Ghostbusters toy drop, the news you dropped on me, Ray, with the McFarlane stuff. Those were pretty big hits. Those were big story hits.
Then we
Yep.
got some movie news. What were you going to say, Ashley?
Lots of Marvel Legends that were announced. When was it? Yesterday too.
Oh, who cares about
Yeah,
Marvel Legends?
The what if stuff. Which is crazy.
They're doing what if stuff. Okay, so
But here is some stuff that just dropped today. Super 7 second wave of Transformers, which
This looks really cool. Who is this?
Bludgeon, I believe. I see it's based on the cartoon, like the old one. I don't remember this guy, so I don't know much about Bludgeon. Yeah, so I don't know, but this is the stuff that I like. Because you got little Wheelie right here, which can sit on top of Grimlock, like from the actual Transformers the movie, 1986.
So
which
are
is cool.
these able to transform?
No, they're just
Okay.
figures. They're
They're
just
just figures.
figures. Yeah. Megatron, which is looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks really good.
I mean, and all the accessories that come with it too. Just God, but $55 again. It's like, geez.
Now, how big are these figures?
They're 6-7 inch scale figures.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good then. That's pretty decent.
Well, I didn't
Um,
care until you brought it up. Now I'm curious about these Marvel waves.
Well, we can go back and look because he had it up on his on your Instagram. But this is the one that if I were to dive in, this is the one that I would want. Tracks. I had him as a kid. Turns into a Corvette, and he's got Blaster over here too, which is kind of cool.
It's funny. There's always that thing. Like one of the first, even with me, one of the first Transformers you ever just kind of randomly get as a kid. For some reason, that character kind of has a special sticking point with you. Does it? I mean,
Yeah.
does it do? Same with me, because surprisingly, like the first Transformers, I still have the character. I still have the figure somewhere. I think it's back home with my parents. But if I ever find him, I'm going to bring him here. Sideswipe was my first one. I had. It was a. I think he was a black colored one, but like he was a black sports car, very Lamborghini-ish looking.
He was a
But it-
Lamborghini.
Yeah, but it was like a black color because I don't think he's black colored though.
You had the Generation 2.
Because he did,
Sideswipe.
he did. He wasn't very mobile either. Like his legs just kind of split apart on a bar. His
Dude.
arms kind of just came out a little bit, and his front folded down for his head to pop up.
That was my first Transformer.
Oh man!
But not the black, the original, the red one.
So yeah, I
From
had the black one.
1984. Yep. I remember I had a birthday party at a roller skating rink, and some kid brought, that was their birthday gift to me. And I was like,
man.
oh my gosh. I got a transformer.
I got a few of those when I was a kid. I just never they never attached. Like we would always eventually, if we didn't, keep them, and a lot of us just didn't, we would give them to our grandma. So our grandma would keep them as whatnots.
Huh.
So
Whatnots?
I'm pretty sure there was an Optimus Prime, so she probably had an OG like Gen 1 Optimus Prime sitting on her mantle.
Well, it stuck with me because even when Transformers, I think he first appeared again in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, right? Sideswipe. That was his first time in the movies.
Yeah.
I got that figure. I found out they were making a Sideswipe figure, and I was like, "Yep, I'm getting that." And I loved it. I like the look of him too, like how he could move on the wheels, like on his feet, so he could kind of skate around basically.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. He was kind of my highlight of the Transformers movies. After that, I was always kind of painted. He was like, "What's Sideswipe doing?" So, after he probably got killed between 3 and 4, I was like, "Oh, well, dang."
I've got I was gonna say I have official images over here that I can pull up of the what if stuff.
I have a guess. Are they gonna do one for T'Challa as Peter Quill?
Don't you wish?
Or Star-Lord, I mean.
Yeah, they do.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's one of the what if stories I was actually really curious about when I saw that. I was like, huh. Yeah, I wonder what the actual what if catalyst focal point is for that story.
So here is not a what if, but just binary, just a normal, Marvel. I think she's some Silver Surfer kind of person. Galactus.
She's a herald of Galactus.
Yeah, I believe, or maybe she's Captain Marvel.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's Captain Marvel. Yeah, dude, I just lost my Marvel card, my Marvel street cred. That's what you changed into. Okay,
you can't lose what you never had.
Yeah, I guess so. Here's some what if. So Captain Carter.
Yeah, I saw.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pretty. I mean, that looks like the show. I mean, what they've been showing in some animation. Then of course. Doctor Strange Supreme.
What I'm curious about is I wonder how they're going to present it, because I remember with the comics there was always it always started with showing where each change happened. There's one big change that happens. I wonder if that's going to happen, featured at the beginning of each episode with the Watcher.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure the Watcher, because I think the Watcher narrates it. So, yeah, I'm sure, just like the comic.
Because I'd like to see what the focal points are that change each of these stories. That sounds really cool.
Heist Nebula. And it looks like she doesn't have any of her robotic parts.
Yeah, it looks like she's still human. So or still alien.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe she never got adopted by Thanos or taken by Thanos.
Yeah. Then of course this is not what if, but was Sylvie. Just announced. Sylvie.
Cool, Sylvie.
I can't believe they're still calling her Sylvie though. I mean,
I guess it's a way to be able to differentiate her from Tom Hiddleston. So you're not just saying Loki to each other all the time.
I don't think she's Loki though.
You don't think so?
I think she's the Enchantress.
Well, we've seen the Enchantress before though. So is that one considered Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? So that's what I was about to ask.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think
canon anymore.
Yeah, I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of.
Because it was an episode where she appeared, but also Sif appeared.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sif was an agent, but I think
season 1.
That's not
canon anymore.
Yeah. Of course, another one. And then the Watcher. That's going to be pretty cool. But I think this is a Build-A-Figure, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Oh, awesome.
But this is the Build-A-Figure from the Wave. Yeah, because there's the head and there's T'Challa Star-Lord.
Ooh. I'm really curious about what the change is with that story. I'm very curious as to what's different about that one.
Yeah, I mean that's a cool looking action figure.
Yeah, I mean because you think about it, there's so much that's very integral with Peter as to why he became Star-Lord. Ego was with his mother. Ego tasked Yondu with bringing the child of to the child of Peter's mother to him. So how do we get to him taking on T'Challa, I guess, to make him into Star-Lord. How do we get from that to that?
We find out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, is that going to be the first episode or something?
Yeah, August something 13th, 14th, something like that.
Cool.
Something in there. So a couple of weeks. Hydra Stomper. That looks pretty cool.
Oh, I guess that's going to be from the Captain Carter episode.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean,
It looks
monstrous.
Ironmonger. Bad Iron.
Yeah. See, look, I mean, that just looks cool.
Yeah, that is really cool looking.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's huge.
And of course, there was Tigra, who's not in What If, but just another Avenger that was announced. That's pretty cool. West Coast Avengers are getting some love here.
Who came first, Tigra or Cheetah?
Oh yeah, Cheetah.
So I was wondering, like, in that game of there's always the competing analog with a lot of characters.
And then, so we didn't even see Zombie Captain America or Zombie Hunter Spidey.
Wait, is that going to be a What If story?
Yeah,
they're doing a What If zombie.
Yeah, so you see, you got Zombie Captain America and Zombie Hunter Spidey. Oh, there we go. There's just another picture down.
I don't know how. Like, was that in the trailers? Did I miss that?
Yeah, that
Wow.
Captain America was in the trailer.
Dang. I completely blanked on that.
So that
I'm surprised they're doing that.
Yeah, but is it going to be like Marvel Zombies? I don't know.
I don't think it's going to get as macabre as that got.
Yeah. And then of course Zombie Hunter Spidey, which looks like he has on Doctor Strange's cloak.
I mean, because you remember what happens to Spider-Man in the zombie universe. It's not happy.
Yep. Which is, I mean, that looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's it for the Marvel Legends reveals.
That's really cool. And we got some movie news. What's some of the big stuff? We got Batgirl news, which was big for me for one reason, because I wasn't even aware that I guess Batgirl is considered, part of the ongoing, I guess you call it the main universe, the one, started with Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
The big news is J.K. Simmons has been cast as of today.
In negotiations.
He's in negotiations?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's official yet.
Okay. But yeah, sounds like J.K. Simmons is going to come back as Gordon, though. Mm-hmm. Sounds like it.
Which would be good.
Don't you dash my hopes, Ashley.
I'm sorry.
I'm hanging on by a thread here.
I did see some rumor mill material. And who knows? It's rumor stuff, so I don't know if it's real or not. But they were saying that the Flash movie is, we all kind of got a feeling that it's going to reset the DC movie universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that after, at the end of this movie, it's sort of going to wipe out the Justice League movie, the Zack Snyder and the regular Justice League movie. Like it's not in canon anymore, as well as Batman versus Superman. And I think even Man of Steel.
Well, that's just like a big FU to Zack Snyder then if they're doing that.
Yeah. So I think they're keeping. Oh, and the Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad. It's going to do away with that one too. So basically, the only thing, it's keeping Wonder Woman 84, Aquaman, and Birds of Prey.
So are they just going to erase Cavill's Superman?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, God, I hope not.
I don't know.
I'm really hoping this. Well, then again, I don't see how it could completely erase it if they're going to keep the Suicide Squad, though, because James Gunn confirmed that
but
Dubois shot Superman.
Doesn't necessarily have to be Henry Cavill Superman.
No. But I'm just saying, Superman does exist, though.
Yeah, Superman does exist. I just don't think it's Henry Cavill Superman. But now that's rumor stuff. So who knows?
That sounds like the kind of rumor mill from like the people that really, really hate Zack Snyder and we're cheering on his daughter's suicide. after that happened. I remember reading about that where they were laughing about it, and I just was disgusted.
It is, but you know, at this point, I think Warner Brothers really just wants to get away from Zack Snyder.
But the thing is, they can try to keep, but there's always going to be a little bit of baggage there because they're still going to have Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and that's because of him. Yeah, and you know, so it's better to just like
the Flash.
You don't have to continue that. You don't have to continue his story if you don't want to. Fine, but you know, you can't try to deny the fact that he has kind of started this, you know, and you are having to continue off where he, you know, the jumping points that he gave you.
Yep. So I think what they're basically wanting to do is get rid of Henry Cavill, Ray Fisher. Obviously, they want to get rid of Ray Fisher, start over, and maybe, I mean, Ben Affleck's going to be in the Flash, but you know, I think it's just going to reboot, you know, everything.
You know, I don't think my guess, narrative wise, like this is going to be my educated guess for Flash, Flash movie in terms of like Batman's maybe small arc in it. I feel narratively because of the fact that they're having Keaton in it. And I've heard some stuff about what's going to happen. And like I have heard we like that there could be like a little mini throwdown between Keaton and Affleck, and Keaton kind of like schools Affleck really, really fast.
Okay, whoa.
Well, not in a bad way, but I think more as in like
Affleck would like destroy Keaton.
Well, I'm thinking of you think about kind of like the movie. Oh God, what was it? Red with Bruce Willis and Carl Urban when they fought each other.
Yeah, and
there was a funny little moment where you know where Carl Urban tried to do some like little move on him, and you know I think Bruce Willis says to him, like, you know, you studied with Kordesky. He's like, yeah, I taught Kordesky, and he just like did a little reverse and kind of beats his butt. So I was thinking it's probably something like that, whereas in like there's something that he knows that Affleck doesn't know. You know, like he knows how to use it against him.
Well, you know that I don't know if you're keeping up with it, but there were some images of Batfleck riding on his motorcycle.
Yeah, we completely missed that. Yeah.
And there was an image of Ezra Miller as the Flash
with you mean as the not yet completely seen Flash?
Yeah, because it looks like some of the suits CGI.
Yeah.
He had on the boots and the mask.
Yeah, and then everything else, looks like it's CGI.
CGI.
Did you see that, Austin?
Yeah, I saw those photos. So the suit's going to be like I guess for all the lightning stuff, or
I guess I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's literally just mocap stuff. Like other than the helmet and the boots, like it's all just mocap, gray and black. Like they don't look. I think like all the chest stuff you'll see is probably just gonna be CG. Like I
guess just to make all those details in the suit.
I just think about I think about the meme, you know, with the thinking man is like, you don't have to worry about the design getting leaked if the design's not finished.
Yeah, but you know what? It always seems like with DC in their movie verse, they're always late to the game. Like they have great ideas, but the execution takes so long to develop. Like with the Flash, you're talking about a multiverse. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Marvel just beat you to the multiverse. Yeah. And when Spider-Man comes out, that's going to be all the rage.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that we learned about the multiverse back in like Flash season 2. So,
well, we learned about it back in Crisis on Infinite Earths in 1984 or 85.
I just wish you at that moment would just rise up out of your seat, like you just float to the heavens. It's like, oh. he just layeth at so much school.
But I just think this, and to me, this is building up to be a great movie. Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, and they said there's surprise people that we don't know.
Yeah,
they're going to be in it too.
Yeah.
So,
well, what I was trying to say earlier, because I forgot about it before we went off on our tangents. Narratively, I was thinking this, if this is what they're thinking, is in like this maybe Ben Affleck's kind of like farewell Batman, role.
Mm-hmm.
At least me hoping for some kind of like peaceful ending for this Batman. That's what I want. I'm not always someone who buys into like always having to sacrifice. That the only way you end as a hero, superheroes, you got to die or something like that.
Dude,
I was thinking like something with Keaton happens, as in like maybe some advice Keaton tells him, because Keaton's been at the game longer than he has. If it sounds like because he's still Batman, he's maybe he says something to him that kind of makes him think like maybe I should step down before this is all I become. Maybe Keaton's become like maybe see that Keaton's missed out on a lot. As in like he has no family anymore. Maybe Alfred's gone. Obviously in this at this point Alfred's gone. The actor's long past, and obviously the character will be long past by that time.
I hope they do have a. Speaking of that, I do hope they have a nod to Michael Gough.
Oh yeah.
In the movie, like something like a memorial to him. That would be really cool.
But
go
ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think in my hope is that if that's the final thing, I hope it's kind of like he comes to terms with like who he is, and he just decides, he like one of the last things happens, as he tells Barry that he's gonna step down, and leave the superhero into all these other people like him and whoever else is around at the time after everything happens.
What I'm hoping is that this doesn't like just totally do away with this DC universe with Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, but maybe at the end of the movie it just takes the focus away from them. It's like, okay, they still exist, but they're over here now. And whatever the Flash did, he created maybe he even created other multiverses where actually he's going to stay in this universe now for now. And because I believe Michael Keaton signed on for 3 film contract. I mean, that's what the rumors are. So everybody's talking like he's the Nick Fury of the DC universe.
I mean, and it's not like, even at his age, he's still like, he's still like, I saw a trailer, Martin Campbell movie he's got coming up with, oh gosh, I forgot who else is in it. Who's the star? Oh gosh, I feel so stupid right now for forgetting. But it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it also. But yeah, he plays like, I think he's kind of like a half antagonist, possibly half good guy, maybe. Yeah. But he's playing like an antagonistic foil to the hero. And they showed like some hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, it looks like he's still got it. I think he can still do these active roles.
I'm super curious about where this is going. Yeah, because they're so vague. With everything. So I don't know. All is Ben Affleck's in it, Ezra Miller's in it, that Sasha, whatever her name, Supergirl's in it.
Yeah,
and Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Oh, and Iris. What's her name? The girl who plays Iris.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, Kiersey Kim.
Yeah,
Kiersey Clemons.
Kiersey Clemons. Yeah.
Yeah. The protege with the name of the movie is Protege with Maggie Q. That's the Martin Campbell movie with Michael Keaton in it. I
mean, there's a van with Wonder Woman or a bus with Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's on it, but who knows? Who knows who's going to be in this?
Well, somebody pointed out something funny though, is that because there's been filming all week for looks like some kind of big action sequence with Ben Affleck's Batman on the Bat Blade, and people have been noticing matches between certain vehicles with also what scenes I think they've seen Keaton filming. So it seems like people confirm, or it sounds like confirmation that Ben Affleck's Batman and Keaton's Batman are existing simultaneously in whatever's happening right then in the plot. Which is interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Like that's why I kind of like when I heard somebody say that it looks like there might be some kind of confrontation between the two of them. Yeah. Well, I mean, even Ben Affleck before he signed on, apparently he only signed on if he got to put a few changes into the script. So he, apparently he doesn't have a tiny role. It sounds like he's gonna have a bit of a part in it, not just a tiny little cameo. So
we'll see.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad comes out in what next Friday? HBO Max.
That's gonna be good. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's great. What about there was something else you were going to bring up. Actually, I'm trying to remember what it was.
No,
we
Snake
were talking
Eyes.
about it earlier. Oh yeah, Snake Eyes. Have I haven't watched it, haven't heard about it. I mean, I heard it got bad reviews or something, but I mean, is it bad?
It's better than the other two G.I. Joe movies.
Okay. So I mean, is it like a lot of
you know,
action and stuff?
It's a lot of action. It's not a bad movie. It's a bad movie if you are a hardcore G.I. Joe fan and you grew up with this is Snake Eyes, this is his origin, you know, because it deviates greatly from anything that was ever in the comics about Snake Eyes. And to be honest, I mean, the dude who plays Storm Shadow, it could have been called Storm Shadow G.I. Joe Origins because it was really about the both of them. And I came away from the movie thinking that dude really stole the show, the guy that played Storm Shadow.
Well, oh no, I was you can go finish your thought. Yeah, I'll chime in after. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, it's like I was just kind of coming off what you were saying because I had heard like two big complaints. Were one was I heard that some people like they didn't care much. I think for the editing when it came to action sequences.
I don't know. I mean, there's some pretty cool fight scenes, you know.
Well, not so much that, but it feels like I think the way they described it is almost felt like it did a disservice to the people who did the choreography for them. Like the editing kind of made it almost like you couldn't really follow it, I guess.
I don't know about that. I mean, I felt like I followed everything pretty good.
Okay.
There was one scene where like Scarlet and the Baroness are shooting each other, and it reminds me of the Naked Gun where they're
just like
behind the
over
dumpster,
Yeah, and they're literally like 5 feet away.
But they have machine guns, and they're literally maybe 10 feet away, and they're not hitting each other. And they're both running. I'm parallel, and they are not hitting each other, which is like, oh my God, this is
a John
ridiculous.
Woo movie.
This is ridiculous.
Pretty much what it is, a John Woo movie.
Yeah. The one takeaway I had was that I didn't like the girl who played Scarlet, even though she's not in it much. She was just a very bad actor. Very, very. I mean, some of the lines she delivered were like, "Oh my God, is this your first, time in front of a camera?" Because that was awful. I didn't believe that at all.
Really? Oh, that's Samara Weaving. Okay, huh? I guess she just phoned it in. She's a good actress when you get her in a good role. Like,
really?
That's,
the babies. Yeah. Whose daughter?
Agent Smith. That's
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, dude, she was rough. I mean, it was so it was wooden. It was so over the. It's like they said, okay, play this super over the top.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and if that's what they told her, she did a very good job of it because it was like ridiculous.
She plays Bill's. She plays Bill's daughter in Bill and Ted.
Oh, really?
The music. She's really good. Like her.
It's like she tried to take herself too serious.
Either that, or she just didn't care and just wanted the paycheck.
It could have been. But I mean, this movie was supposed to set up, many, many more movies, and she would have been main player in these movies. I don't know what the plan is now. Yeah,
I'll say this though. David Cross did more than one Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, and he did those solely for the paychecks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
he makes fun of them in stand-up movies, but mainly it always comes down to the point of I got good money for those, so I don't really care if you hate them or not.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it for what it was. Yeah. I mean, it's not what I grew up with, but I'm not going to bash it for that. I mean, they're trying to attract, not me, obviously. They're trying to attract a younger audience. And I think they did a good job. My kids liked it. So,
the other complaint was more a story one. They said that people felt more sympathetic towards Storm Shadow than Snake Eyes by the end of the movie. Was that?
And there's a reason for that.
Okay.
But and I don't want to give that away.
Okay.
In case you watch it. So I mean, there's a reason for that. And like I said, Storm Shadow, that guy, he did a very, very good job in the movie, and he was one of my favorite parts of the movie. But I'm hoping that because of COVID, they give this a reprieve and they say, okay, let's do another one, and hopefully by the time it's ready, the pandemic's over, and we can see where this is actually going to go.
Yeah.
You know, because I believe it was a good first movie. It's much better than the other two G.I. Joe movies by a long shot.
Steven Suburbs.
Yeah, by a long shot. It's just it didn't. A lot of the complaints you're going to see are from G.I. Joe fans who are, this ain't G.I. Joe, whatever. I mean, we got to start somewhere.
I noticed with the marketing, I think someone pointed it out. I was trying to figure out where the vibe was that I was seeing it from, because you notice they had like oh god, what do you call that? Like it, I don't know if it's considered. What do you consider the type of music that's like Run the Jewels, Austin?
Rap.
What's like? Is that considered okay? Rap. Okay. So
I thought you said crap.
No, rap.
no, Run the Jewels is not crap.
Hip hop.
Crap.
No, it's like because Run the Jewels kind of started something almost when they were doing with not almost, it did with Black Panther with the marketing for that, because their music was played in the trailers and stuff, and they had like certain beats to it,
Yeah.
And I noticed more movies that are like these action oriented kind of like Snake Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They're having this like hip hop beat to the marketing music, in the music. I've noticed that more and more, when they were doing that, that whole, what was it? Every time I would see it, I would see a TV spot for it in an ad. It was like, I'm on a new level.
Yeah.
I'm on a new level.
Yeah.
I'm on a new level.
Even though it's not in the movie at all. I was waiting for it to be in the movie, but it was never on the movie.
Because I think they just did that also with Shang-Chi, with the new Shang-Chi trailer that just came out. I forgot what song it was, but somebody was pointing out, I was like, yeah, this is a lot like the Snake Eyes. Yeah. They started doing
the same song?
Huh? No, not that song.
Was
not
in
the same
Shang-Chi.
song. But no, yeah, I'm saying Shang-Chi did the same type of thing with the marketing.
Yeah.
They do a song that kind of clashes a little bit, but they're trying to capture that magic from Black Panther, but it kind of clashes with the tone that seems to be for the movie itself.
I tripped out on the use of electric vehicles in this movie because, dude, like the Storm Shadow's clan, they had like these souped up electric motorcycles that they got on. So when you see like a ninja get on a motorcycle, you expect war, but this sound like.
Just, they don't even
like chasing each other on golf carts.
Yeah, and then if they get
did they wait first, when these motorcycles are coming, did they sneak up on the car first?
No.
I was gonna say, like, have someone in the car, so I'm like, is this like a loud bee outside?
Yeah. But then in chase scenes, if somebody if two motorcycles collided, there's gonna be an explosion. It's like, how did two electric vehicles explode like that? Or two motorcycles explode?
There's no gasoline in there. They were carrying firecrackers.
I guess so.
Man, what about the new Masters of the Universe? How's that new season?
I watched it all.
How was it?
It was good. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hate because.
What did you think about it? That was what I'm asking. I don't care about fake stuff. I'm talking about what is the real. How do you feel about it? Because I don't know much because I'm not big on the 80s cartoons. Mm-hmm. So I hear it's a direct sequel to the original series. Yeah, and this is like the first half of the season. I think, and they're going to be the second half.
I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, they take it in a direction you don't think they're going in, mm-hmm. especially after that first episode. It's like, what happened? But I mean, you don't want a rehash of everything that's already happened. Right. You have to change it up and do something different. And I think that's what they did with this. And I mean, I didn't like hate it. I didn't like come away saying that ain't my He-Man.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that in today's world anyway.
Yeah.
So I block it out. Spoons.
I don't have much. Yeah, I don't have much stake in it because I'm still not well versed in He-Man lore and stuff like that. But
yeah, me either.
I did like, I gave props to, when I was hearing Kevin Smith talk about the idea of how they were approaching the story, the writing was, they were saying like, what if this kid's show was written by or written for adults? It used to be written for kids. Mm-hmm. Well, now, all these kids that would be interested in it, they're all grown up. So what if this was a storyline written for adults now? So I think that's kind of the tone and the direction they were kind of aiming for, I guess, and how the writing was.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it for the first. I mean, it's not like it's my favorite thing in the world, but but it was, it was it was decent. It
I mean,
was good.
are you hooked in? Like, would you say like, I'm coming back for the next
not
season?
not like with Transformers. No.
Okay.
I mean, I'll watch the next 5 just to see what happens because it kind of ends on a cliffhanger. Only one thing that really took me out was when Merman showed up, and he was voiced by Batman.
Kevin Conroy.
Yes, and all I could hear was Batman coming out of Merman's mouth. It's like, oh, this is so not cool. This is Batman talking. This is not.
Should have gotten Bruce Greenwood. That would have thrown you off. There you go. Because there's another Batman, but
in Skeletor, you
Mark
can very
Hamill.
much tell Mark Hamill. I mean, it sounded like the Joker. He played Skeletor like the Joker.
I think
was kind of a little bit off.
Doesn't he also voice Skeletor in Robot Chicken skits? I think.
No, I don't know.
He's done voice work for Robot Chicken.
It's been so long since I've seen a Robot Chicken skit.
I need to go back and look because I remember there was the skit about all the villains, all the different villains going to work, and they're all carpooling together, like Lex Luthor and Skeletor. And I think somebody like cut them off, and like Skeletor screams out, "You're supposed to let someone in. It's common courtesy."
Oh God, that was funny.
Yeah. So I if I knew more about He-Man, I'd probably be more interested in watching it. But yeah, it's just one of those things that's passed. Like I'm glad for Kevin Smith for doing that, and I hope it does well. I know like it sucks that's happening right now. All these people are, freaking out over it. And I read the story like so I could figure out like what are they so upset about. So I saw like the main things that they were upset about. I was like, I mean, yeah.
It sounds like a very vocal minority of anti-woke people that are like they're so triggered that anything they think is a woke move they go nuts. And I mean, you just have to block it out. I mean, you have to see it for what it is. And from what I've heard it just sounds like an honest continuation of the story, but trying to like give it some room to breathe for all the characters to get a moment to shine. And it's the first 5 episodes. And I'm like, how are you freaking out over the first 5 episodes? But other than that, I've just been curious because I vaguely remember the cartoons as a kid, and I've wanted to revisit the original cartoons if I could find it on a decent streaming service. But then I heard that you could watch this series without having to watch the originals.
You can, yes.
So I've debated it at some point. I mean, I haven't really had the time to watch it yet, but I'll probably
watch it. It'll take you forever to go back and watch the original because they're so bad. I mean, when you grow up with them, they're like, oh, these are great, He-Man. But then when you go back and watch, it's like, oh my God.
It's like trying to go back and watch Beast Wars because I just did that recently.
And I actually enjoyed that. I did that not too long ago. I enjoyed
the writing. The writing is good. I'll give it that.
Yeah, the CGI.
The visuals now, because that I'll say that's gonna be an ever present thing I've noticed now with CG animation is it's something that really can't 2D animation. Even when it's aged, it still looks good.
Yeah.
But 3D animation, I've noticed even when it ages, it's hard for it to look good still. Like I can go back and look at Hanna-Barbera stuff from back the 70s and even the 60s. It still looks great. Go back even to the 30s. It's very primitive, but it still looks great. You know what you're looking at. But you do this with 3D and it's much more clunky. The more back you go, the bigger the polygons get.
It's like the Power Rangers movie.
Are we gonna do
You mean an episode of The Flash now?
Or that?
Oh my gosh! Are we gonna do a haul before we go?
Sure. What haul? I don't have.
Okay, you don't have a haul. Hang on one second. Let me go get a haul. Hang on.
Show me your haul, BB. Look at that butt, audience. Look at that butt. But yeah, man. Hey Ray, you'll be proud. I started on Dune.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I started on Leviathan Wakes.
Started on Dune. I was like, you know what? It got thrown in my face like fate put it in my face, and I just thought I'll just reach for it and get it because I went and took some books to the local library thing. We have a little library box in our neighborhood. Take a book, leave a book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's where you got it from.
So I never take books. I always just take. Sometimes if I have, because we have
that
lots
copy.
of books.
That is a huge copy, and I've seen that in books. Like I've seen that in books. I mean, that's not like that's you pay. I think what's the retail on that? Like $17, $18.
$18.
Yeah, Like I was gonna say to get that for free.
Yeah, and I'm definitely putting it back when I'm done.
Yeah.
But this, I never really take the books. I always just take books out there to leave, and I never grab a book. But it was like Dune, and like you said, it looked brand new, and I'm like, I guess I should read it because I had just finished reading a Robin Williams biography, and so I was like, it just kind of was convenient because right as I was wrapping that up, that was there, and I'm like, I'll just put it, and maybe I'll just read it over time. And I've been picking up, I'm already some chapters in, or whatever you would call chapters, and it's at least hooking me into to continue it. So
cool.
To be continued.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go since y'all said no. So I didn't get I got quite a bit. Okay. So that's Stalker from G.I. Joe. Yeah. I just opened him yesterday. Yeah. Really cool. One of my favorite retro collection figures.
Okay.
Let's see if I can grab this without breaking anything. Then I got this thing, Cobra Hiss.
Great.
Dude, I never had one as a kid, and it is now my favorite vehicle to play with. I mean,
it's so cool, isn't it? That looks great, dude.
Yeah, it is. Really cool. It is very, very cool.
I love that cockpit.
Yep. Wow. Really? You gonna laugh at that? All right.
This dude laughs when he disagrees in his brain about something. Like he can't help it. What did you got?
You got Crappy Aquaman.
Crappy, yeah.
Look at the face. I mean, the face is very, very horrible.
Jason Scamoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason Scamoa.
Facing Femoa. Like fake.
He's a fugazi.
I'm hoping if they do, like, now that McFarlane's got more, they'll be able to keep going and maybe expand. I'm hoping for two things. I would like to get Aquaman with the Aquaman outfit from the Solo movie.
Me too.
Orange and green. I'd like to find that, and I hope that they get a better face sculpt whenever it comes around.
God, yes.
Well, actually, 3, because I'd also like. Oh, nice. You got him.
Yeah, $12.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So these are the Walmart.
These are the $12 figures.
Nice.
He looks really good too.
That does.
Yeah. So
he looks.
Really I think he has the best face sculpt for the ones where they actually show the face. From what I've seen, his looks the most like Ray Fisher to me from what I've looked at. Oh yeah.
Yep. I found him in Target when I went. So
yeah, that hurts to look at.
Still, the face does not look. I mean, I don't know. The face doesn't look good to me.
I don't know. I think it did. I think it was good. I agree to disagree.
So then, I just happened to be on Facebook, and I found this little company that has animation, or artwork from animated series. Mm-hmm. Like these are not animated or animation cells like that were used, but these are the sketch art that was used to make the animated cells. So I got like 5 pieces of art from this cartoon called G.I. Joe Resolute, which was like a more adult version of G.I. Joe. It was like released on Cartoon Network in like 5-minute segments, and I think it lasts like 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. But there is some really cool pieces of artwork, in here.
That. What year was this?
This 2000, I want to say 2008, 2009. I think maybe this is Duke. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. But this is basically the artwork before it goes to
There's not enough Channing Tatum in it.
Yeah, there's not enough Channing Tatum.
There's never enough Channing Tatum.
Then Gung Ho, which is pretty cool.
Not enough Tatum.
He's not Tatum. And then Doc, he's just a medic.
Yeah, that's not enough either. Yeah, that's gonna be my thing now with G.I. Joe. If you talk about Snake Eyes again, I'm gonna just talk about how disappointed I am that there wasn't enough Channing Tatum in it.
Dude, all 5 pieces, $25 together.
That's good.
Yeah, and
awesome.
and they had They have stuff still available from like the Ewoks cartoon. $25 and you get 5 animated cells.
Yeah, Austin just suddenly got curious now.
Yeah. I mean, serious. I mean, you can't beat that deal.
Not with a stick.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you get Ewoks, or you just get like pictures of trees?
No, well, I don't know. You get animated cells. I mean, so I'm sure most of it is like characters, the animated cells, because the background's already done. You know.
Good point.
Yeah. So that's it. I'm sorry for taking up all the time.
Just made us go over. Ashley, I can't believe that.
No, I got to go get this guys. Now.
I guess I'm going to go and spend some time with the wife. Okay. I think I'm going to sign off, guys, gals, anybody, everybody, fans, haters. Peace out, y'all.
Later days.
I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hey.
That toy life. To catch these ghosts, you need the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy life.